This is a song from the Malayalam film Agale, which was an adaptation of the novel The Glass Menagerie. Hello friends, this is Kerala PSC HSA English classes. Today I am discussing on the American writer Tennessee Williams' play The Glass Menagerie. Hope you have enjoyed the song. This is class 33. Now let's dive into the play. Tennessee Williams is famous for his works A Streetcar Named Desire, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, Sweet Bird of Youth, and The Night of the Iguana. He won the Pulitzer Prize for his work A Streetcar Named Desire. Now coming to our play, The Glass Menagerie, it is a memory play that premiered in Chicago in 1944. It instantly gave Tennessee Williams a great fame. The play has strong autobiographical elements featuring characters based on its author, Tennessee Williams, his mother, and his mentally fragile sister, Laura. It won the New York Drama Critics Circle Award in 1945. The main characters of this play are Amanda Wingfield. She is abandoned by her husband and she is trying to raise her two children. Tom Wingfield, Amanda's son. He works at a shoe warehouse to support his family, but he don't like the job and he wishes to become a poet. Then Laura Wingfield, she's a daughter of Amanda and the elder sister of Tom. She's a crippled and a mentally fragile person with an inferiority complex. She isolates herself from the other world, from the outside world. She has a hobby of collecting the glass figures and she has created her own world with these collections. And there is a unicorn. And this unicorn represents Laura because it's very fragile and unique piece. Then there is another character named Jim O'Connor. He is an old high school friend of Tom and Laura. So let's see the play. I have already said it's a memory play. It is set in St. Louis during the Great Depression, that is during the 1937. The play is famous for its on-stage screen and its powerful use of music. Its action is drawn from the memories of the narrator, Tom Wingfield. He's an aspiring poet, but he works in a shoe warehouse to support his mother Amanda and sister Laura. Then Mr. Wingfield, who is Tom and Laura's father, he ran off years ago, except for one postcard which has not been heard from since. Amanda is from a genteel southern family. She tells her children tales of her youth and the great line of suitors who wanted to pursue her. She is disappointed that Laura, who wears a brace on her leg and is a very shy person, she is not able to attract any gentleman. She enrolls Laura in a business college, hoping that she will make her own and family fortune through a business career. Then, weeks later, Amanda discovers that Laura's crippling shyness had eventually led her to drop out of the class secretly, and she's spending her days wandering the city alone. Amanda then decides that Laura's last hope must lie in marriage. There is no other option. She begins selling newspaper subscriptions to earn the extra money she believes will help to attract suitors for Laura. Meanwhile, Tom, who toils in the warehouse, finds a relief in liquor, movies, and literature. But his mother, Amanda, is against this. So frequently there is argumentation between the mother and the son. And one day, Tom accidentally breaks several glass animal figurines that Laura's precious, most prized possessions. Then another day, Amanda and Tom discusses on Laura's future, and Amanda asks Tom to find out any eligible suitors for her at the warehouse. And Tom selects Jim O'Connor, a casual friend, and he invites him to dinner. Then Amanda, it's just like an interview. Amanda quizzes Tom about Jim and is delighted to learn that he is a young man with his mindset on career advancement. So she prepares an elaborate dinner, a grand dinner, and insists that Laura must wear a new dress. At the last minute, Laura learns the name, um, Jim O'Connor, because she had a crush on him in high school. Now, she has some kind of hope or a happiness in her mind. So, at the last minute, she says, okay, I'll wear a new dress. When Jim arrives, Laura answers the door. She opens the door, and as per Amanda's plan, and then quickly disappears. She is a very shy person, a very introvert person. She just opens the door and then disappears, leaving Tom and Jim alone. Then Tom talks to Jim about his plan. He has used the money for his family's electric bill to join the merchant marine and plans to leave his job and family in search of adventure. Then Laura refuses to eat dinner with the others. She feigns illness. She acts that she is ill. She's not well. Then Amanda wears a youthful dress and talks vivaciously with Jim throughout the meal. And at the end, as the dinner is about to end, the lights go out as the electric bill was not paid. Then the characters light candles, and Amanda encourages Jim to entertain Laura in the living room while she and Tom clean up. Then Laura feels a kind of, a paralyze, shock by the presence of Jim. But his warm and open behavior makes her very calm and draws her out of her shell. She confesses that she knew and she liked him in high school but was too shy to approach him. And they continue talking, and Laura reminds him of the nickname he had given her, Blue Rose. And that word was an accidental, corrupted word for Laura's medical condition, which is known as a pleurosis. So he reproaches her for her shyness and low self esteem and praises her uniqueness. That she's very special, she's different from others. And Laura takes him to her world, to her favorite glass collections, and show him the unicorn. After that, both of them dance, and in the process, he accidentally knocks over the unicorn, breaking its horn. Laura forgives him, uh, saying that now the unicorn is a normal horse, it's not special. And that shows that her feeling, the unicorn represents Laura. She was unique. But now, with the presence of Jim, she feels just like other women. And now she is after the horn, that horn has broken off, and now she feels that she is normal, just like other women. Jim then kisses her, but he quickly draws back and apologizes, explaining that he was carried away by the moment and he is already engaged. Laura offers him the broken unicorn as a gift, as a small gift. Then Amanda enters the living room full of good cheer, and Jim hastily explains that he must leave because he has an appointment with his fiancée. Now there is a shock in Amanda's mind too, but she sees him off warmly, and after he's gone, she's turned on to Tom because he should have known that Jim was engaged. Then there was no need of bringing Jim to the dinner. Then what happens is that Amanda accuses Tom for being so irresponsible, inattentive, and she goes to Laura, giving her comfort. After that, Tom gets fired from his job and he leaves Amanda and Laura behind. Years later, though he travels far, he finds that he is unable to leave behind the guilty memories of Laura. Now, we don't know what happened to these two women. So, there ends the play, The Glass Menagerie, written by Tennessee Williams. Now, moving on to the question answer session. The Glass Menagerie is a play of sentiments and pathos of a frustrated mother. The Glass Menagerie is a play which depicts fantasies of a young mother. Laura in The Glass Menagerie is crippled from childhood and is hypersensitive. Amanda tries to overcome her physical situation by dreaming of successful marriage for daughter and a good job for the son. Amanda's future lies in secretarial job for Laura and her getting a good husband. Amanda hopes for a way out when her son Tom finds a better job. Tom loves his mother but wishes to escape from the world and progress. What happens when Tom brings his friend Jim O'Connor for dinner at home? Mother sees in him a good husband but Laura is withdrawn. Laura is crippled and hypersensitive, who is at home only in her private world, which is centered around a collection of animal figures in a glass. What is the reaction of Jim towards Laura? He wants her to have self confidence and says that she was pretty and kisses her. Jim suddenly withdraws and leaves because he was already engaged. What happens to Laura after Jim's departure? She is withdrawn and retreats further in her world of glass menagerie. What happens to Tom after Jim's departure? Amanda chastises him, forcing his leaving home forever. Okay, that's all for today. Now, moving on to the module 7, basic grammar. Prepositions. We are discussing the uses of some common prepositions. Between. Between is used with two persons or things. Raju is sitting between Rama and Krishna. What is the difference between you and me? Next, among. Among is used with more than two persons or things. The 4 travelers shared food among them. He was standing among his children. Ago. Ago is used when we refer to something happened that in the past from the present situation. For example, he wrote a novel 3 years ago. Ravi married 2 years ago. Before. Before is used to show past time and also in front of. He joined the service before 10 o'clock. She is running before me. That means in front of me. Next, after. After, you know the use of after. For example, I will meet you after 10 o'clock. This word is used when you want to refer something that occurs after another process, after. So, she is running after me. So that's all for today, friends. Hope you have enjoyed today's class. And then the coming classes also we will be discussing some more prepositions. And I'll come with the last play of our module 2, Girish Karnad's Nagamandala. Thank you.